Hi, everyone. It is Monday, August 10th. I still don't know where the summer is going, but it moves whether we like it or not. So today we're going to move forward in this series about Spark, the Spark method for capturing your communication style and getting out there when the fall starts with a whole new you. Last week we talked about the S, which was start with intention. It's really the whole piece, the overview, the going into it with the right attitude. You want to learn more about the S, the start, go back and listen to my podcast from last week, which I believe was episode 47. I can't believe I'm kind of inching toward 50. I'm very excited about that. Today, we're going to talk about the P in Spark, the prepare in advance. Last night or during the night at like 5 a.m, all of a sudden I jumped in bed because the heavens opened up and it was thundering and lightning was coming in through the windows and it was just pouring. And it made me think about, because of course I couldn't fall back asleep for a while, it made me think about that P in Spark, the preparation. And that, you know how they always say, take an umbrella if you want to make sure it's not going to rain. Well, that's my theory of that prepare in advance. Take everything you need so that you have what you want. I am a very good packer, but I take a bunch of extra little medicines and Band-Aids and things. And people always say, you took all these things in kind of a negative tone sometimes. But then who do they come and ask for a Band-Aid or some medicine or something to get them through the day? Because I have prepared in advance for various things. So not only do I have regular Band-Aids, but I have blister Band-Aids. It's preparing for all occasions so you're ready. So let's talk about communication and preparing. I often talk about the idea of a quiver with arrows. I have to say, archery was one of the only things I was good at in gym. We did have archery. Do they have archery anymore with real arrows with real tips? But I was pretty good. We also had archery at camp, so I kind of worked on it all year long. In that quiver, which is that case of arrows you keep on your back, there were usually, 6, 7 arrows. So let's think about the 6, 7 arrows that we could have in our quiver to pull out as we go through our day, meet new people, get organized. So, of course, the first arrow should be about who you are. You should know who you are. You should know what you want to share. I always know that I want to share what I do, who I am. There can be 2 different arrows if you want. The me is the person who started really never speaking to anyone else, but over time with preparation, with ideas, became actually known as a good communicator and a good speaker. It didn't happen overnight. However, it definitely happened, and that's what counts in the end of the day. The business quiver. The business arrow, what do I do? Well, if you've been listening to this, you know that I help others succeed in their communication and making it conversational. I had pulled out, someone had suggested a new app with a prompter to put over the screen so that you write out what you're going to say and you have it all there and you can kind of read it. So I looked at it and I thought about it, and then I decided it's not for me, not for this podcast. This podcast is a conversation with you. It is not scripted. It's what comes to my mind, what comes to my head as I'm talking. And as you can see, a lot comes to my mind and to my head as I'm talking to each of you. And I want you to think or feel, not think, feel that I am speaking to you. How will I know that? Maybe someone will leave a message. I know I'm not good at leaving messages on podcasts. It's not something I really do. So I can't expect it of others if I don't do it. So what other arrows could we have in our quiver to prepare? We could know about where we're going. So we've done a little homework about the speakers, about the program, about the history of the program, or if it's a conference, who has spoken in years past, what the program is going to look like. Sometimes we walk into a program and you see people are like, I have no idea. I'm just here. Well, that's a great thing. It's not an efficient thing. My friend Brenda Miller used to say she was lazy. And I said, stop saying that. You are the least laziest person I know. You are an efficient person. I have always had the little poster over my head on my desk that says, work smarter, not harder. I am all about working smarter, all about being prepared so I can have a good time. You can also think of it in terms of if you're having a dinner party at your house. It's funny. On Monday, I always think, I'm going to have this wonderful table set and I'm going to have this centerpiece and I'm going to have all these things ready. And then, of course, like everyone else, I'm rushing around at the last minute. My friends don't really care if there's a fancy centerpiece. So I'm always good to give that up. So what do you give up when you're preparing and what do you add in when you're preparing? Those are all very important things to remember. So that's my lesson today. Prepare in advance so that you are ready. Have your umbrella so that it doesn't rain, so that you're not at a loss for words, so that you're talking about your current work, not your past work. No, people want to hear your history, but that should be like, 15 seconds. If you're going on and on and on about what you used to do, you're not telling people what you're going to do for them. You're going to be telling people what you've done in the past. So what I do is future tense, is present tense. I help other people succeed. I don't talk about, though I love to talk about what my career trajectory has been. I've had some great jobs and owned some great businesses. But I want to concentrate on now. I want to concentrate on how you can walk away knowing me and know how I can help you. Isn't that what we all want from a conversation? Again, the word conversation. Talk about with someone, not speaking to someone. Prepare those things. Know 3 facts about your personal life you want to share. 3 facts about your business life you want to share. I go into this in much more depth when I'm doing a team training and have everybody come to the same place. But for now, this is my little snippet, my Monday snippet on my podcast. Conversation is an art. I hope you like it. I'd love to hear from you. Find me on LinkedIn and just leave me a note. I listen to your podcast. I love that more than anything. And if you add a takeaway, that's even better because it gives me an idea that this is interactive, that what you took away from this and what I should continue to do. This is Pam Lippitt from Pamela Lippitt Communications on the podcast Communication is an Art. I hope everyone has a good week and we will see you next time. I wanted to share with you a new offering from my company, Pamela Lippitt Communications. I'm actually offering a communications audit. So who is this for? It's for a company, a nonprofit, where there's new leadership, new board members, or new senior hires who may not be up to speed and are seeing different things when they're looking at different pieces of paper, because really it's the new people who are really diving in and looking at things. It could be because you have new programs or new clients or new services, and you want to give them a consistent message about your company. It may be that people are asking the same questions all the time. That means you should be answering it in your materials so they don't have to ask. And it's also if you're seeing internal frustrations among your team, maybe they don't have the right materials they need. So if you're interested in a communications audit for your company, I am giving a bonus for anyone who mentions hearing this on the podcast. Not only will I do a communication audit of your materials, but I'll also come in person or via Zoom and meet with your team to go over all the materials as we start and as we finish to make sure everyone's on the same page. So with that, shoot me a text or an email if you're interested, and I am happy to reach out and discuss how your communications can be smoother, more concise, and lead to more business. Thank you.